it's Donna here. How you doing? I hope you're having a fabulous day. I wanted to talk today about rushing the river. If you think of life in a metaphor of you're on a river, on a big river like the Nile or something like that, and you're in an inflatable dinghy, a blow-up boat, not an explodable boat, inflatable, and you are trying really hard to rush, but every time you try and rush, you fall out of the boat. And it actually takes more time to get downriver than if you just rode the river. And life in this metaphor as a river, things will happen in their own good time. And I'm sure that you've had this experience where you really want something to happen yesterday. You really want it to happen yesterday. And then it happens in its own sweet time. Some call it divine timing, some call it about bloody time. You know, but it happens in its own good time generally. And there is nothing wrong with getting yourself in the best part of the, the best part of the river, the best flowing part of the river. There's nothing wrong with being aware of your surroundings, so you can see if there are rocks coming up ahead so you can navigate around them. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Where things go pear-shaped is where we start to rush the river, we start to force things, we start to make things happen. And I crack myself up because, I want everything yesterday. I want, 1,000 videos and 1,000,000 blog posts and 2 gazillion articles to be written. And I try and make myself do it. But then if I'm having a day when I'm like that, you don't want to see a video of me when I'm feeling glum. And if you've been watching for a while, you've probably seen some of them. I've deleted them now because they're boring. But when you're in the right energy, when you're going with the flow, when you're basically going with what is, this is what's happening right now, and that's okay. I'm going to go along with that. I'm going to do my best to put myself in the part of the river that's flowing fast, which I consider to be where the energy is high, where you're happy, where you're laughing a lot, where you're having a lot of joy. That's the place to be, rather than trying to force things, force it, make it happen, push that square peg into that round hole, even if it doesn't fit. Do you know what I mean? Do you do that? Do you try and force yourself to do things before you're ready? Or force other people to do things before they're ready? Or just force circumstances to be other than they are? It's really stressful when we try to make reality something it isn't. It's really hard work on us. And if you think of it as kind of, pushy mum, when you're pushing, it doesn't feel that good to the child. And we all have that inner child within us. That child that actually doesn't need you to kick its ass. It needs you to give it encouragement and patience, acceptance, love, gratitude, joy. It needs you to let it be fun. Of course, we all want to be hugely successful and pencil thin and whatever. But don't rush the river. Let the river take you. By all means, get into the part of the river that's flowing fastest. And that's the place where there's joy, where there's laughter, where there's fun, where it feels really good and your energy's really high. Get to that place, because you'll get there a lot faster than if you constantly try and paddle, and then fall out of the boat. Take care of yourself. Don't push the river, but do enjoy the ride. Bye bye.